All right, so we are headed out to Osprey Training Group out in Council, North Carolina. And we are heading on out there to link up with our buddy Tyler, who is a traditional Marine Scout sniper and one of the lead instructors for Razorback Tactical. What we're going to accomplish today, as long as the weather cooperates with us, because we got some light rain and overcast right now, but we're going to do some long range shooting from various distances with the gas mask, and we're going to see what we can learn, what works and what doesn't work, and more importantly, what is going to be the best mask that is going to allow us to hold accuracy at distance. What's up, man?
How's it going?
It's good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well.
Man. Glad you come out for this.
Appreciate you having us out here.
Yeah, we are out here, Osprey Training Group, and we're going to do under this structures, we're going to set up the guns, the optics that we're going to be using on the rifles today, and then we'll move over. You said you want to sight in at the 100?
Yes.
You are one of the lead instructors for Razorback Tactical.
That is correct.
And your background is traditional Marine Scout sniper.
Correct.
Marine Scout sniper instructor, and now a Scout instructor is what you kind of left service with. And
yes.
Now you've gone into the civilian sector. And like, what are your clients with Razorback Tactical?
Mostly civilians. We have done some stuff with some law enforcement, working that piece, trying to get more of those in. But as of now, mostly civilians, just trying to get into either long range, carbine, or pistol. We pretty much do it all.
Okay. So when it comes to protective masks, even when I did my post active duty service and I was in government service, we did nothing with protective masks. Like, we didn't even have them when we got down range. We didn't even have them on the fobs. In your experience as a Scout Sniper student and as a Scout Sniper instructor, had you guys incorporated any type of like CBRN threat into the long range shooting?
We have a few times, not very often. Typically, we have enough standoff where it's not a priority for us to be utilizing some type of protective mask, but we have done it. There are some considerations that you need to take into account as far as like your gun setup. That way you can actually utilize the weapon system properly with the mask on. I'd say it has pretty high implications with law enforcement. So a lot of times if they're having to use gas, anybody that's on that scene around that gas has to wear a mask no matter how far their standoff is. So definitely some use there as far as, or practicality there as far as using a mask with a long gun. As long as we can set the gun up to work with the mask, change our cheek piece, we'd have to remove the right filter on our issued gas mask just because it would get in the way. So we just have the left filter on, which kind of sucks, but in order to get a proper cheek weld, that's just something we had to do.
I have a picture of me from the Gulf War. I was in the Marine Corps 9 months, and I went to the Gulf War, and I was telling about the old, I can't remember the nomenclature of the gas mask that we had, but it was dual filter, but they were internal. And they came down to here, so really just trying to get the cheek weld on it was you didn't. Now here's the other challenge. I'm a southpaw. I'm a true lefty.
Oh.
So yeah, so you're gonna
we can still make it work.
We'll make it work. We got 3 mounts. Now that 5.56 right there.
Yep.
Mitchell had a Leopold on it, so I didn't take it off.
Okay.
Because I wanted to see.
Looks like a Mark 8.
Yeah, and then he sent us this one. So which one is better? If this one was better, I would just like leave
There's
it on.
There's nothing wrong with this one. This might be a Mark 6. Yeah, Mark 6. You said you've got two 5.56 guns?
No, two 308 guns.
Two 308s.
So that's 308. The bolt action is the 308, and then this is the 5.56.
We can start with this AR-10 here.
Okay.
Whatever scope you'd like to put on there. I'd say we could put this 5 to 25 on your bolt gun.
Yeah, and
that would look right at home.
Throw
we
that
could throw
one
either
on.
this one or that one. We're only shooting out to 600.
Yeah.
10 power I think would be plenty, but if you're wanting to run the 18 power one.
Let's do that on that, and then we'll just put this one on, I guess, on that one.
Sure.
Then that way, keep it simple. Yeah, Buck was like, that one.
Got a trimmer 3 in it.
That's the one that has to go back to him.
Yeah, probably because it's tan.
I know when I'm teaching all the stuff we do with like red dots, Simple stuff, pistols and rifles. The red dot just works. Doesn't matter if you're a left-handed or right-handed shooter, you know, in close and stuff like that. Is there significant differences when mounting precision optics for long-range shooting?
There's a lot of considerations that you want to take into account, especially when it comes to the mounting, setting everything up, which we'll go over with all the, having the proper tools, make sure everything's level, establishing that proper eye relief, all that stuff kind of comes into effect. Like with the red dot, it doesn't really matter if I'm here or here,
right.
if I'm here or here, you know, that as long as that dot is on the target, you're going to hit that. So we've got the AR-10 up here on the tripod. We've got our Leupold Mark V 3 to 18, 3.6 to 18. We've got our mount. We've got our tools, and we've got a way of leveling this.
So when you enlisted in your time in the Marines, when you enlisted in the Marine Corps, what did you come in as?
So I came in as an 03. I went through the 03 pipeline with the aspirations of becoming a scout sniper. That's why I picked the Marine Corps over the other branches, was to become a scout sniper. I took a pretty early interest in shooting as a kid. Grew up shooting in the backyard just like most folks. Actually worked at a gun range while I was in college for a little bit, and met some good people there that helped like me comprehend and understand more about shooting across all platforms. And there was an individual there that I met that really got me into the long range shooting. Started to love it, grew pretty fond of it, and then I knew that's what I wanted to do in the Marine Corps. So
how old were you when you enlisted?
I turned 21 in boot camp.
Okay, nice. So you were a little bit older than the average person coming in. So how long were you in the Marine Corps before you had the opportunity to go to sniper school?
Pretty quick, actually. So I hit the fleet in January of 2017. Ran a screener, I think a month later. Got selected in the platoon. First time going through sniper school was later that year in September. I failed. Went on deployment, came back, went again, passed, and then from there deployed again as a sniper to Afghanistan.
So then you, as growing up, wanting to be a Marine and being in the environment and finding a different path and getting directly into it, you're essentially living your dream right now. Like you are, I mean, man, that doesn't get much better than that, right?
That was cool. Yeah, it all kind of worked out for me. So, all right, so now the scope is level. All we need to do is make sure the scope is where we want it on the gun, as far as mounting, as far as proper eye relief goes. So what I would like you to do is, if you can get behind this gun.
All right.
If you need to adjust the stock, adjust this cheek piece, and then figure out your eye relief. So again, proper eye relief, we can establish that by making sure we have no scope shadow. All right, so when we're looking through the optic, especially on higher magnification, so we typically want to do this on the highest, which would be 18 for this optic. All right, that way we can limit the amount of scope shadow that we have. So we want it to be a perfect ring with no black around the edges. Again, if you need to move that stock, you need to adjust that cheek piece, you can do that. Again, to where you're feeling comfortable. All right, if we need to slide the scope forward or backwards, we can do that.
Yeah, I got no scope shadow. I got a clean ring around the outside. I can see all of it.
All right, you feel comfortable?
Yeah.
All right, we'll call that good then, so we don't really need to move it. All right, and we are good to go with this gun right here.
Nice.
As of now, we're setting it up for us as is.
Yeah.
We'll zero it, and then from there, we can go into considerations for the mask.
All right.
Now what we're going to do, this is another way of leveling your optic on your gun if you don't have a level kit. What we've got downrange is a jug of water. Basically what we're doing here, gravity is obviously going to allow that water to sit perfectly level with the world, which is what we're trying to get our scope to be. So basically just going to aim at that bottle of water, or that jug of water. So I've got Logan here behind the gun.
My name is Logan Terry. I'm currently an instructor with Razorback Tactical. I am a Marine Corps Scout Sniper. Shooting long guns, shooting in general is just kind of what I love to do.
And what he's going to do is just kind of adjust that scope in the rings to where that middle stadia line, that horizontal stadia line, is level with that water level on that jug. All right, when you're doing this, you obviously want to have a clear jug. It does help if you put some type of like Kool-Aid in it or a dye. That way the water is a different color, just depending on the weather conditions and the lighting conditions. That can help. And once he has that set, then I'm going to slowly tighten these screws down to hand tight, just like we did on the previous optic.
That's a really awesome way to to sight it in. I never even
Very cheap
thought
alternative.
that. Yeah.
Where that post is?
This post right here?
Yeah. Where those, there's like 2 posts and then there's the bushes that run along the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, where those, that's 96 yards.
Okay.
So just a couple of steps past that would be right at 100.
All right.
So now we're going to set up the paper target. I mean, the weather's, it could be worse. Having the guys from Razorback Tactical out, it's been awesome. You have to remain a student, especially in the firearms industry. And I learned so much, and we haven't even pulled the trigger yet. All right, we're good. Let's go BZO. Let's go get a clean face, which it's been 15 years since I have not had a beard. So this is gonna be good. Let's see what happens. The best part is my wife is gonna love this. My son has never seen me without a beard. If you want to get a perfect seal when you're putting on a protective mask, you gotta have smooth skin, or at least not a lot of hair on your face to get the best seal possible to stop. The whole reason why you're putting on a protective mask is to breathe without breathing in contaminants. So the beard had to go. All right, so that I got the whole target in the bore.
All right, so find like the corner of the target or like the head or something like that, and put that in the center of your bore. Once that's there, hold that gun, make sure it doesn't move, and slowly raise up and look through your optic and see where that reticle is at.
So I'm on the reticle right now, and the target, it's up here. So
Right, so the reticle is low.
I am low and right.
Let's do our left and right real quick because that's going to be easier. We're going to have to make some adjustments to the turret to do that. All right, so you said the reticle is low and to the right of the target?
Correct.
All right, so we need to push the reticle left.
Yeah.
All right, which means we're actually going to turn this to the right. So we're going to... How's that looking now?
Better. Yeah, better. Where should I get like my stock? Should I get it up high?
Yep, so you want that stock to kind of sit right up here on your upper chest.
Okay.
All right, since you are in the prone, it's going to kind of sit on top of your shoulder just a little bit. All right, and then using that switcher right there as a rear bag, you're just going to use that left hand, or your right hand, your support hand, to kind of squeeze and maneuver that. All right, so giving this pressure up underneath, all right, to give you that elevation that you need.
All right, going hot.
All right, I've got you. All right, I want you to send one more for me.
I really love being the student right now. Everything from when we mounted the scopes to how we're sighting them in at 100 yards and collecting the data. And right now they're putting all that data for the first 2 weapons that we fired into the Kestrel. For me, hopefully everybody watching this is sees that like, oh, you don't just put it out of the box and put it on the gun and go out and shoot and you're gonna be on target. Is actually you have to commit to the day. I keep missing my beard.
What we're doing now is we're setting up some steel targets down range. We're at the 300-yard line right now, so guns are all zeroed. Once those targets are set up, we're gonna come back here and we're gonna throw on some gas masks and we're gonna start shooting at distance with these gas masks on, playing with the different gas masks, seeing which one works better with precision shooting, going through the gun setup and all the other factors that come into play whenever you're trying to shoot with an optic wearing a gas mask. To be honest, I can't breathe at all.
Oh no, you can't, because this is still on. We'll pull that off. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I can't fucking breathe at all. I was like, I'm gonna fucking die in this thing.
All right, so now that these guys have gas masks on, one thing that they're going to have to do is get back on their rifle and verify that they're still able to maintain a good cheek weld and get proper eye relief behind that optic. So if that means they have to lower their cheek piece or remove the cheek piece completely, that's going to have to be something they verify or check prior to getting behind any kind of magnified optic. It's not such of a big deal behind a red dot or something without magnification, but that eye relief and cheek weld is vitally important on a precision weapon system.
Here we go. You want to go first?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's try this out. Oh man.
Belly button. Right edge.
Off left.
That was the gut.
So, fine, you come up, 0.2, 0.3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can just run through them real quick.
Okay.
See how transitioning to targets goes. I'm gonna go right to left.
Okay. Back. Back. Back.
Now, question for you.
Yep.
So,
Grip.
when you're shooting long range, this versus this.
It's all personal preference. Typically with a bolt gun, we're taught to wrap the thumb or to unwrap the thumb on this side.
Yeah.
Especially for right-handed shooters due to bolt manipulation, right? My thumb's already here. Can immediately come up, rack the bolt, come back down. Now when it comes to a gas gun, a lot of guys will say you need to wrap your thumb around to have positive control. I can still control the weapon system just like this.
Yeah. Especially when you're on a tripod.
Yep. So it comes down to personal preference. I like to do it. I can still manipulate the safety with my thumb whenever I'm ready to fire. Sweep back up whenever I'm ready to be on safe.
Okay.
Try whatever works for you. As long as that pad of your finger is right on the trigger and you're pulling that straight into the rear.
Yep.
That's all that really matters.
Okay. Yeah, difficult, not impossible. Can be done. So that's kind of one of the things we wanted to show. It could be done, but anything to share with
Yeah,
that?
definitely super awkward. Obviously, it can be done with an AR platform and using an OPVO. So anybody that's on like an Overwatch position or even law enforcement that's like on a facility where they're trying to use gas, it's not a position they're going to want to be in for a long period of time without having the ability to switch off with somebody.
We did the sweep right to left on the 4 targets. It wasn't fast. For me, it was like I was trying to match your speed, and the eye relief and the scope shadow. I was like in between targets. It was coming right there. So that would be another downside for somebody who's behind the gun for a long time.
Yeah, you're going to be a little bit slower too, and then transitioning, having to move the weapon system or yourself. The biggest thing for me was making sure I didn't have scope shadow in the top of the optic here, due to the fact that it's hard for me to get my face down on the gun. That's where I was initially seeing some scope shadow, so I had to really force my neck into that weapon system in order to get rid of that and eliminate it completely.
All right. Now we're gonna go into the creepy mask, is what my wife likes to refer to this as. no scope shadow, I like it better than the 6. So,
Hulk down real quick.
sure.
Left edge. Good tell with that one.
I hit the target though.
Now it hit the steel behind it.
I saw the target move.
Might have got hit by Spalding, but didn't hit the
I mean,
target.
Spawn's not gonna make a steel target.
Didn't
I
hit
saw
it.
it swing. He was doing this.
Okay.
Which target were you looking at?
The second one. There's only 4 shots on it.
I don't know. I was aiming at the head though.
Nothing on the head.
Oh.
That would have been really difficult, I think, with the 6 to hit with the bolt action. I was, I don't know, I think it's just probably not shooting that gun or still being a novice with a bolt action, but there was a lot of, I had a lot of movement.
Well, you're shooting off of a tripod with bipods forward, so it's not the most stable position. It's
Okay.
just something you could do in a hasty situation if you needed to.
Thought it was going to be more difficult. Let's go to, let's try the CM8.
I'll say the field of view on this one is a lot better.
They made this one so you had the increased field of view and still being able to hopefully get a good cheek weld. There we go. In comparison, I think that it was easier with the 6M.
Yeah.
The 6M was a little bit easier on the on this scope on the AR platform. That's interesting. I thought this one would have been easier.
Not as bad on this one.
Yeah. All right. That hit steel.
Which one were you shooting at?
Third.
No, I didn't. Negative.
All right.
There you go. Right lung.
So this is really cool. I like the 7 the best on this. I like this the least on the AR platform, and I think that was the easiest for me on the bolt action at 300. So we can pack up, we'll move back to the 600, and we'll bust out the AR-10 and continue on kind of same round robin with the AR-10 and the bolt action 308.
Put it up to 4.6. So each one of those little ticks is 0.1.
So,
Right there.
all right.
And then adjust your parallax on the left to around 400 to 500.
I was shooting at 5.56 from here.
Sure. Why not? So we're sitting at 626 yards from here on this tower. Go hard on hard off the fucking railing. Be a man.
Yeah, it's doable.
It's good height.
Want to try it?
Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. So we have moved back to the 600 meter platform here at Osprey Training Facility, and we're going to go through the same thing: the 5.56 platform, the AR-10 platform, and then the bolt action.
And same thing, he goes, I goes. We're gonna try through the masks and again do the evaluation of which one we like better, which one we could pick up the, proper sight alignment, sight picture, and which one we could get cheek weld. And yeah, here we go.
You think about 0.5 off right? About 5 miles an hour.
Right here, but down there it's not doing that much.
I'll start with right edge.
Yeah, I'd say start with right edge. Hard to tell. It looked like it might have been off left. Looked like it was low left. Is there another one? You can either do far right or the one to the left of it.
I'll do the one to the left.
Okay, I'm up. All right, that one was off left edge about 0.4.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
About belt level.
Just had to find it.
Yeah. It's tricky with those trees in the background. It was kind of, the trace was getting lost.
Tricky with my face sideways on the gun.
That also does add to it. So he was holding about 0.6 off that right edge of the target.
Okay.
So it should be that that first hash in there, just on the right edge of the target.
You just let me know which target you're going to go for.
I'll go for that right orange.
It's just off the left hip. Same spot.
All right.
That's a tough one.
That was hard. That was hard. I mean, I was like chasing it and
Pretty unstable, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Let's put a gas mask on.
This flash looked pretty low. Yeah, I got you. You're about 0.2 high from center of that orange dot, and your impact was about 0.5 left.
That one's definitely a little bit easier to get behind the scope.
with this mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cross my feet or?
Whatever's comfortable.
Okay.
I went just over the left shoulder.
All right. Definitely easier with this mask on the 308 than it was on the 5.56 with the 6M. Definitely got picked the reticle up a lot faster, and then even on recoil, that just my observation on that. I'm gonna try switch to the final one, to the CM8.
Yeah, is that the paintball looking one?
Yeah, yeah.
It's either over the left shoulder or just left of the edge. Need to come up a mil. Impact.
Yeah, this mask with that gun has been the easiest combination so far.
I think the bolt gun just is easier in general.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna shoot the big steel.
All right. Which dot you going for?
I'll go top center.
All right. All right, you were about 2 mils left. About 1.5 left.
Really?
All right, That one was over the target by about 0.8 to a mil.
Definitely easier to get in on the optic with this mask. Yeah, but man, I can tell you, this is not. This is something you come out here with a bucket of ammo and a lunch. So which I don't know, which optic did you like think that, I don't know.
I mean, that one's for sure I'm sure with any of the masks, that the bolt gun would be the easiest one to get behind. Just
Yeah.
Because, like Tyler said earlier, the stock dips down lower than the line of bore, so you have a lot more room for your face.
Yeah.
With the gas guns, I honestly think the easiest one was was this one right here.
The CM7.
Yeah, I think that was the easiest one.
Tyler, you had mentioned, like, if we actually had mounts that were like a higher riser, you think that actually might.
Yeah, if you had some taller mounts for the optics to sit in, that would definitely help as far as like comfortability and just like ease of use, getting behind the gun a little bit faster, setting up that sight picture a little bit faster. It's just one of those things, if you run a taller mount, then it's almost like it's dedicated for using with a gas mask. Like if you're not using a gas mask and you have that taller mount, it can be uncomfortable as well on the reverse end. But if you have a system like that B5 stock right there that allows you to raise that cheek piece up and down, with the taller mount, you can just raise that cheek piece up and it would end up being pretty comfortable, and that would solve all your problems right there, I think.
You know, just sitting here and constantly, like I said, like I remaining the student right now today, and trying to find the happy medium where you can get the best of both worlds. The B5 stock, what you just said, and a higher mount. So I think our next iteration on MIRA U Tactical, shooting long guns at distance, we'll implement different types of equipment on the same platforms. We'll go with a higher mount, and we will see what that goes. I think also too, next iteration, what we'll do is we'll come on out, now that we've got this one under our belt, what we'll do is we'll come on out and we'll shoot with the mask, without the mask. So we'll do 5 and 5 and see, and you know, test the accuracy back and forth, and test the theory, you know, also with like that B5 stock. And between now and the next time, anything else new that is presented to the industry that could help us with finding the optimal weapon setup for shooting with a protective mask at distance. Again, Razorback Tactical, thank you guys for coming down and, you know, working with us and figuring some things out, seeing what works. Your knowledge and everything that you guys have done. You guys are the consummate professional, and man, we couldn't have asked for, you know, 2 better guys to come on out and educate us. And, you know, honestly, I think it was a pretty good day, even with the wind and the rain. So
Appreciate you having us out. It was an awesome opportunity, and look forward to working with you in the future.
all right, now the everybody's favorite part of a range day: police and brass and cleaning up the gear. Train safe, train smart, train with purpose, be the difference. See you in the next episode.